good, and I think he brings a whole new challenge that I've not really had before. The same that I have with him. He's just like, his style is different to a lot of heavyweights. Moves really well.
Yeah.
He's nimble, super fit, super athletic. We're both going to be in a stage where I think to get to him, we both need to be pretty exhausted.
UFC 321 is right around the corner, and the anticipation couldn't be higher. Ciryl Gane and Tom Aspinall are set to collide for the undisputed heavyweight crown, and fans know this one's going to be special. Both men are at the peak of their careers, each determined to prove who truly rules the heavyweight division. With everything on the line, this fight promises explosive action, world-class technique, and a battle of two elite athletes at their absolute best. Tom Aspinall says he actually likes being a bit of a mystery to his opponents. He points out that there isn't much footage of his fights, and that plays into his hands perfectly. The less people have to study, the harder it becomes to predict his moves. Despite competing 10 times inside the UFC, Tom insists fans have only seen a small fraction of what he can really do. He says that what's been shown so far doesn't even scratch the surface of his full skill set, something he plans to reveal when it matters most.
To be honest, if I can go through my career and nobody seeing anything, that's ideal for me, because each long fight the opponents get to see more and more. And right now I've got a lot of UFC fights. I think this is my 10th or 11th UFC fight, but the percentage that people have seen is like this much, like it's 10-20% of what I can actually do, and that is just a massive advantage. That's one, to be honest, that's one of the biggest advantages that I've got, is that nobody knows what I can do.
Tom's father opened up about why he's always supported his son's MMA journey. He said he knew early on that Tom wasn't just another fighter. He had real, undeniable talent. This sport is no joke, he said. If Tom couldn't protect himself or handle pressure, I would have stopped him right away. I wouldn't let any of my kids take part in something that could seriously hurt them, but Tom has the awareness, the timing, and the heart to make it. I've always believed in him and wanted to be there through it all. Former UFC middleweight champion Michael Bisping echoed that confidence, calling Tom Aspinall a generational talent. Bisping said Tom's unique mix of agility, technique, and fight IQ makes him unlike any heavyweight before him. He's fast, smart, and incredibly composed for his size. Bisping noted, the UK has produced some amazing fighters, but Aspinall's complete game could make him one of the greatest champions Britain has ever seen.
It's not surprising that the fans have all jumped on the Tom Aspinall bandwagon, because how can you not? You know, he's a good, genuine human being.
I thought someone was going to tell me when to scream. No, no, just go straight away.
That just happens to be absolutely gigantic, and the last man you want to bump into down a dark alley. I think he's a once-in-a-generation type of talent, and I think he'll go down as the greatest mixed martial artist that this country's ever going to produce, and no one else will even come close.
Watch me defend my title for the first time at UFC 321.
Ciryl Gane, on the other hand, is deep into training camp and keeping his focus locked in. He's staying away from distractions, avoiding social media, and dedicating all his time to preparation. Gane believes that his precise striking and ability to control range are what make him so dangerous in the cage. He says his main priority right now is perfecting every detail of his game and keeping his mindset strong. My focus is on my family, my team, and my goal. Gane said everything else can wait.
I'm confident for this fight. I don't want to talk of the after the fight. I'm confident for this fight. I want this belt, and I do my best during the camp for that. Everybody knows my strength already. I can move very well. I can manage the distance very well. My striking is a high-level striking, and so I'm gonna manage this. I do this for me. Like the target is the belt, and I'm not focused on the social media, the people outside. I'm really focused on my family, my friend, my team, my goal, my target, and training. This is a different mindset.
Tom Aspinall admits Ciryl Gane is unlike anyone else he's ever faced. He praises Gane's fluid movement, quickness, and overall athleticism, attributes not often seen in heavyweights. Tom knows this fight won't be easy. He expects it to push both of them beyond their limits. This isn't going to come down to one big punch, Tom said. It's going to come down to who stays calm under pressure, who manages their energy better, and who stays disciplined when it gets tough.
No, I think this is just another fight for me.
Sick.
Okay.
I'm not like, I don't like to put that kind of pressure on myself. It's just like, I got to fight, I got an opponent, we got to work towards that. Cyryl's like really good as well, so
He's fucking sick.
he's good, and I think he brings a whole new challenge that I've not really had before. The same that I have with him. He's just like, his style is different to a lot of heavyweights. He moves really well.
Yeah.
He's nimble. He's super fit, super athletic. I think we're both going to be in a stage where I think to get to him, we both need to be pretty exhausted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's not something that I've really had to deal with too much before. A lot of heavyweights quite slow and ploddy. He isn't like that at all. So I think we both need to, like, I need to be super, super fit, and I need to get to a stage where both of us are slowed down a little bit before I get to him, which I like it. New challenge, I love it.
From I'm always saying from my experiences with him. But as a fighter, I just like, make it happen. Keep him around. You got a
That's
gem.
more important.
It's extraordinary gem.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about sellability. You want to talk about marketability. What's more marketable than a giant man who destroys everyone? He's the guy.
So true.
Drove me nuts.
When Demetrius Johnson and MMA Guru discussed the matchup, they approached it with a mix of respect and anticipation. Both agreed that Aspinall versus Gane brings back the energy heavyweight fans have been craving. Guru revealed he's been supporting Tom for years, admitting he's emotionally invested in seeing him reach his full potential. He talked about the massive expectations Tom faces, but also about how some fighters thrive in those moments. For Guru, this could be the fight that defines Aspinall's legacy, a test of both skill and composure under pressure.
Vision is going to be going again for the, the title's going to be active. It should be a sick card. I mean, other than that, after those
Jailton Almeida, Alexander Volkov is on that same card as well. So there's a good heavyweight. It's a good heavyweight movement card, for the division. But yeah, Tom Aspinall, I'm going to be sweating. I've done a fucking 3 years of propaganda campaigns for him. Really put him over. And if he doesn't pull this one off,
he's got to,
then I'm going to worry about it. But there's so much pressure on him.
Yes.
He's one of those few fighters where when there's more pressure, I trust him more.
Yeah.
Because when the stakes are highest, you said this about Patchy Mix, sometimes guys are gym fighters. I think Tom's did the opposite.
Their breakdown of the two fighters set an interesting tone. Ciryl Gane, the smooth and technical striker, sometimes struggles when the pressure mounts. Tom Aspinall, in contrast, is calm, explosive, and dangerous when it matters most. They weren't making bold predictions, just calmly confident that Tom's ability to stay cool and calculated could be the deciding factor.
Sometimes you watch sparring videos of him, and I'm like, stop putting out sparring videos. The amount of weaknesses that I'm seeing and chin up in the air, and I'm like, but in the fight when it's all, and I think Ciryl Gane might be the opposite. This is why I trust in Tom.
Yeah,
because Gane is really technical looking, but when the stakes are the highest, he does seem to have his worst showings and make his worst decisions, and Tom seems to be the opposite. So I think it's a recipe for a Tom win, and we could be looking at that Pereira fight.
Johnson then zoomed out to the bigger picture. He pointed out that the heavyweight scene finally feels fresh again, with new energy running through it. He said this matchup could set the stage for the division's next chapter. He also mentioned how encouraging it is to see Aspinall active again after time off, believing that fans are about to see his best form yet.
And then finally, Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane the fight, because Ciryl Gane, he's a very big athletic heavyweight, right? He's got some good wins. And I just want to see Tom Aspinall more active. I feel we've lost a couple years of seeing him active, and I'm excited for him just to get out there and just fight, just to see him fight.
Yeah.
MMA Guru took it further, saying Tom's break from competition may have helped him grow. He mentioned how the time off gave him a chance to sharpen his skills, train with new partners, and evolve quietly. According to Guru, the fighters who make these unseen improvements are the ones who surprise everyone when they return, and Aspinall could be ready for that kind of breakout.
I like that though for him, because I do think he was a bit green. He doesn't have many fights. And because of his inactivity, his knee injury after the first Blades fight and stuff kind of kept him out from a lot of that as well. So I kind of think this is going to be good. Maybe he's been refining things. He's got Ante Delija in the gym. He's got other heavy. He's been training with Rico Verhoeven in his kickboxing, and I think this has been good for him. You know, he's even got my man Phil DeFries, the GOAT himself. You know, he's some KSW heavyweight champion for the past decade or something. Like, he just keeps beating these guys at KSW heavyweight. But yeah, Tom Aspinall, I'm looking forward to it.
By the end of their discussion, both men seemed genuinely thrilled about what's coming. They weren't hyping it up. They were simply recognizing that this fight might decide who becomes the new face of the heavyweight division. And both hinted at one thing: Tom Aspinall might be the one to claim that spot.
Yeah, I got it. I just think the wrestling and the grappling and the speed of Tom Aspinall, he's a heavyweight, but he doesn't move like a natural heavyweight. Like, he has really good footwork, really fast. Obviously, he's strong and powerful. Yeah, I think Tom Aspinall right now, I just don't see any, you know, somebody might surprise me, but right now I just don't see anybody that would really be a good matchup for Tom Aspinall that would give him a challenge, you know. As of right now, I could be wrong, but
Michael Bisping's take was clear and detailed. He said both Gane and Aspinall are remarkably athletic for their size. Fast, fluid, and technically sound. But while Gane might move a little smoother, Bisping gave the edge in power to Aspinall. He explained that Tom's punching strength could instantly change the fight, whether standing up or on the mat. That kind of danger, in Bisping's eyes, makes Tom the fighter you can never relax against.
In terms of the matchup, they're both big men. Similar sizes. They're both athletic, very athletic. They're fast, the pair of them. They're both very coordinated. I think if I had to give an advantage to Ciryl, it'd be in the, you know, maybe in the movement. Maybe he's a little slicker on the feet, but he's not as powerful as Tom. And Tom's certainly slick as we know.
Bisping then focused on the grappling side of things. He firmly stated that if Aspinall chooses to take the fight down, he probably will. He emphasized that Tom's wrestling and control could completely shift the fight's direction, forcing Gane into uncomfortable territory. Bisping even warned that unless Gane has spent serious time improving his grappling defense, things could unravel for him quickly once the fight hits the mat.
But the wrestling, the grappling side of things, it's not even a conversation. It's not a conversation. So. Tom should be able to take him down if he chooses to. So if Ciryl Gane isn't training in Dagestan for 2-3 months, years, days, weeks,
or
whatever,
Arkansas,
brother.
Yeah, he's just go down there with Brass.
Mitchell, get up there with Brass. If he's not just solely working on his grappling.
Even so, Bisping didn't count Gane out entirely. He praised Gane's experience and skill, saying Tom knows better than to underestimate him. Still, he circled back to his main point. Now, if Tom uses his full skill set, particularly his power and ground control, he's got a very realistic path to victory.
Then he's a fool. Yeah. And by the way, Tom's probably got bigger power. Tom might just knock him out on his feet as well. And I'm not saying that Ciryl can't be a force and Ciryl can't compete and Ciryl can't surprise us all, because he can. And Tom knows that. That's why he'll train accordingly. But the grappling is a big question mark.
Big question mark.
Curtis Blades offered his honest perspective, focusing on what really matters: control. He said Aspinall's grappling is the silent weapon in this fight. The kind of tool that can shift momentum without big, flashy moments. Blades spoke with quiet confidence, noting that Tom has the ability to dictate where the fight goes. He added that if the fight lasts beyond the opening rounds, Aspinall's composure and endurance could become a big advantage. His tone wasn't dramatic, just confident, like someone speaking from real experience.
I believe that Aspinall does have the advantage, though, in that the grappling department. I believe that whenever he wants to, he'll be able to put Ciryl on his back, and he may not have to, but I believe he can if he does have to, and I believe that'll be the difference if it gets out of the first round. I'll go with
Aspinall. I think he's just got more ways to win. Hits a lot harder, and just, I think Gane's advantage over everybody was the speed, and I think Tom Aspinall is just as fast, if not faster, especially with the hands and the boxing and stuff, and he's got submission wins too. So
James Lynch started by explaining how the matchup came about. With limited options, it came down to Ciryl Gane or Alexander Volkov, and Gane ultimately made the most sense. Younger, more active, and stylistically interesting. Lynch compared their stats, size, reach, and experience, and found them fairly even, but he gave Aspinall the edge in youth and momentum.
Take place. It was pretty much whether they were going to go with Gane, who did win his last fight technically, or they were going to go with Alexander Volkov. There really weren't any other contenders for Tom Aspinall, in my opinion. I know some people talked about Jailton Almeida. Come on. I mean, Almeida lost a couple fights ago. Gane does make sense in the situation because it's a fresh matchup, right? So I completely understand that. Let's do a quick tale of the tape between these two. Of course, Aspinall becoming the champion with John Jones retiring. So he's the undisputed champ. Aspinall is 32 years old. He's 6'5" with a 78-inch reach. Ciryl Gane is 35 years old. He's 6'4" with an 81-inch reach. So Ciryl Gane going to have a slight reach advantage in this fight at 81, but Tom Aspinall an inch taller, and Aspinall is going to be a couple years younger.
He then discussed Gane's previous fight, saying that while the record books show a win, many observers thought otherwise. Lynch questioned whether Gane's current form is strong enough to deal with someone as fast-rising and confident as Aspinall.
Gane's got a bit of a layoff too. He has not fought since the Volkov fight, which was back in December, so a bit of a layoff for him coming into this one as well. And I mentioned the fight with Volkov. Listen, I'm a big Ciryl Gane fan, but I don't think he won that last fight. He got a split decision there, and the media agrees with me here. If you look at the scorecards and MMA decisions, just one media member scored the fight for Gane. Everyone else scored it for Volkov. Not a good decision there. I don't know. I think really this is not a fight that favors Ciryl Gane very well.
When breaking down their styles, Lynch said Gane's striking and movement are impressive, but might not be enough against someone as complete as Aspinall. He pointed out that Gane doesn't have that knockout power that can instantly end things, while Tom has proven he can handle skilled strikers and still dominate.
Stays standing. Gane's possibly got a chance here. He's got good striking. He's very technical. Doesn't really have like the one-punch knockout power he used to. He does have wins by knockout, but they're not really like TKO. They're more like TKO victories as opposed to like Francis Ngannou punches, right? So I suppose, that could happen here too. But, even if it's on the feet, I think Aspinall has shown that he can hold his own. But on the ground, Aspinall's got a huge advantage. I mean, this is a guy that, is 4 wins by submission.
Lynch wrapped up by emphasizing Tom's finishing ability. He reminded fans that Aspinall rarely leaves fights to the judges. His grappling and ability to close out fights early make him extremely dangerous. For Lynch, the smartest game plan is simple. Take Gane down, control the pace, and make him fight where he's least effective.
It's 4 wins by submission. Finished. Volkov submitted him in the first round. Finished Andrei Arlovsky. He's got a good ground game here, and I think if you're Tom, why mess around on the feet? Get this fight to the floor and submit Ciryl Gane, and I think he will. I think if you look at Tom Aspinall's career, he is a finisher. He's not someone that goes to the judges' scorecards here. Has yet to hit the judges' scorecards in the UFC. Actually, I don't think he's even hit. He hasn't even hit the judges' scorecards in his career. This is a guy that's used to finishing. Now, if he can't finish early...
That's where the discussion concluded, with both excitement and respect. This fight has everything fans love about heavyweight clashes: speed, power, skill, and unpredictability. Whether it's Gane's refined technique or Aspinall's all-around game, the outcome could change the direction of the entire division. Who do you think takes it? The technical veteran or the new powerhouse on the rise? Let us know your pick in the comments.